you're able to spin negatives into a positive. And I'm not saying be positive when you're feeling down and get into a toxic positivity type mood and mindset. I'm saying you can take the negative and you can spin it into a favor, into your positive. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shantia. In this corner of YouTube, I talk about things such as manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, self-help, crystals, meditation, things of that nature. So please join me here. This is a safe space for those topics. Please subscribe to my channel if you're interested. And let's get into the topic. If you've been trying different methods of manifestation, you know that it all comes down to law of attraction. You know that you have to keep your vibrations in the appropriate high space in order to manifest positive things, because if you have a low vibration, then you're manifesting bad things to you. It's wherever your mind is, wherever your energy is, this is what you're manifesting. And a lot of us, we're actually better at manifesting the worst things, because this is where a lot of our minds go. We're not able to think about the positive. We're able to only worry about what we're worried about. And this is how we end up manifesting the worst possible outcomes, because we have that worst possible outcome down to a T in our brains. You know, we're thinking, I have a phone call on my lunch break. Watch I go over on my lunch break and I get stuck with a customer and I miss my phone call. And so what happens? You get stuck with a customer and you miss your phone calls because you spoke that into existence. You were thinking about it and you drew that to you. So there's a way to actually use this to your advantage. It's when you use the negative instead of the positive. So how this works is you think of actually what you want and you trick your mind into believing it's something that you don't want. It's a lot of work, it might sound like, but it's actually pretty easy. For example, you're trying to get a new job. There are certain things about this job that you love and certain things about this job that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Focus on the things that will make you uncomfortable. This would sound like, the job pays well, but you have to be there early. Focus on having to be there early. Why is it that I have to be to my new job at 6 a.m.? And then think about something like this. If you're an introvert and you know that you'll have to mingle, focus on the fact that you'll have to mingle and get to know new people. There's going to be so many new people there that I'm going to have to get to know. Well, this won't work if you're an extrovert. If you love getting to know new people, then focus on not being able to mingle with your old coworkers. So instead of saying that you're not going to get the job altogether, you're now focused on things that you don't like about the job. And this means that you're going to pull this job into you because these are all the things that you don't want to happen, and they're going to happen at this new job. Let's say you're trying to get a new house and you're moving out of your apartment. Instead of saying, I am not going to get this house, I won't be approved to get the home, say something such as, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to keep up this house. Instead of being able to call maintenance like I do at my apartment every time something breaks, wow, I'm going to be responsible for all of the maintenance in my new home. That's going to make you a little bit more uncomfortable. You're changing your perspective from being upset about not getting the home to being a little bit uncomfortable about how it's going to be after you get your new home. They work the same way. It can be hard sometimes to think of positive, so spin the negative in your favor, because the negative, it comes easier than the positive sometimes, especially as depending on our mindset. You don't want to go into the toxic positivity mindset and pretend like everything's okay, especially when it isn't. That's not a healthy thing to do. You do want to express your concerns and talk about your concerns, because this is exactly what is going to make you feel comfortable, and it's going to make you be able to get into the mindset of getting over what it is that's actually hurting you. Face the negatives, they are there. The positives, they are there as well. They're just being hidden until you're able to jump over those hurdles and find the positive. But just know that you can take those negatives and you can spin it to a positive way. I would love to hear some negatives that you have spun into positives. For me, when I was applying for my new apartment, I did the same thing. I said, you know what, I'm moving from one state to another state. And instead of saying, I'm not going to get this apartment in this neighborhood, I would say, you know what, it's going to be hard moving from one state to another state. And now I'm going to have to learn where everything is around my new neighborhood. I'm going to have to find out where the grocery store is. I'm going to have to find out where the nearest shopping center is. That's going to be really uncomfortable. I started focusing on that versus not being able to move from my previous state to where I am now. So you can spin it. It does actually work, and it's something that is easy to do. I look forward to hearing your methods and some of the times that maybe you've done the same thing, and how has this worked for you? What are some negatives that you have spun into positive? Please tell me. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. I love to chat with you guys. It also boosts my videos and algorithm. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.